like that Kaun Banega Crorepati thing, where Bachchan ji asks some questions and you reach a stage, and then he will give you an option. You want to quit, you can take this much money, or you want to go for a higher thing. You may lose everything.
Okay, this is from a great admirer of yours, Shubman Gill.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
So he wants me to ask you, when is KGF 3 going to happen? Yash, welcome to the Hollywood Reporter India.
Thank you.
I am thrilled to be sitting here on the sets of Toxic with you. It is an amazing set, which unfortunately we of course can't reveal. But
Sorry about it.
I understand. I'm just excited to be here. What can you tell us about where we are? Can we get some information about this amazing tunnel?
Oh, we are in a fairy tale world. That's all I can say. This is a very important part of our film.
This location.
This particular location also. So eventually we'll know it. It will look more beautiful.
But nothing more right now.
No fun, no?
No fun.
Yeah. If I say something, then I'm going to be spoiling it for the audience. And by the end of it, it's all for their entertainment. So let them watch in silver screen.
Absolutely. No, I understand, but I have many questions about Toxic. But before that, I want an update. I feel like we're meeting after 2 years. Okay, 2 years ago, you delivered this monster hit, 4th highest grossing Indian film ever, KGF 2. And then you kind of go into a slightly underground mode, right? We see you very sparingly. And I remember asking you about this, and you said to me that there's a saying that the person who's always shouting that he's the king, is not the king. The king doesn't need to shout.
I mean, that was in a different context. I said, you spoke about success. Like,
yes.
If you are successful, I don't think you should come out and say that I'm successful. People know it already. So that was in that context. See, the point is, we have to find right script or right kind of project. By the end of the day, we are trying to, it's business also, and they pay money. So basically, I have immense value for audience time and money. So it's my responsibility to find a right project where first I have to be excited and I should believe in it. And then, you invest a lot of time and energy, also a lot of money. So it has to be, first you should be very clear and you should know what is that particular vision you have. And it should be aligned. It just took little time for it.
But Yash, I have to tell you, I don't think there's anyone in the world who imagined that after KGF 2, your next move would be to co-produce and act in a film by Geetu Mohandas. Okay, that nobody saw coming ever. She's an incredible director. I mean, there are visuals of Muthon. I have never forgotten. That love story was so tender and so tragic, and those two men in that sea. I mean, I remember it like I saw it yesterday, right? But she comes from a different world. I mean, her first film, Liar's Dice, premiered at Sundance, won 2 national awards, official submission, Indian submission for the Oscar. Muthon premieres at the Toronto Film Festival. You're coming off peak mainstream, 1,000 crore plus hit. How did these two worlds connect?
I think that's pretty simple, pretty basic. I just look at the passion and what kind of project it is. And to be honest with you, I had not seen any of her films till recently. It's only about the person. She came in with a right vision and right passion. I really admired the way she invested her time and what she wanted to do. I think it's all about that for me. And 2 worlds coming together, I think it's high time. That is a very interesting thing, I thought. Because, there is no difference. When you want to tell a story, you want to tell a great story. And if you tell a story which is appealing to everybody, it will become a commercial film. And you have a strong point. And I think for every film, they will have a particular vision. What she did in the past could be a different kind of film and different kind of story. So what we are trying to do now is entirely a different film. And like you said, 2 worlds coming together. And it's pretty basic and simple for me. It has to be like, you want to tell a great story and you have that passion and you're willing to dedicate that kind of time and energy, you
You're
can do
on.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. But did it take time to get convinced about the story? Were people around you a little nervous that this is the next move? Or did you like listen to it and know that this is it? I want to do this.
No, actually, it's pretty different. I don't, I mean, it may sound a little arrogant. I don't listen to anybody. I just listen to my heart. The point is, when she came up with it, it was a small thread, and I don't think we're even doing that anymore. Like, it's developed into something else. So it's basically the energy. When she came in with a concept, and I liked the passion in the person. And as we jammed and as we were thinking about what is the future, how can Indian cinema evolve, and she has certain experience and she has certain vision, and I have uh, a body of work and I have some experience and I have a vision and the vision aligned. So that was the most important point, and yeah, it just started there.
But tell me this, it takes such courage, right, to take a creative risk like this? Because the easiest thing would be to work with another director who does big commercial cinema, right? How do you retain this ability to take risks, especially when you become so successful?
I think that's the fun part in cinema. As I told you last time also, I don't belong to the category where I want to enjoy the success. I really enjoy trying to achieve something or
The striving.
trying to chase the unknown. So that's the thrill of it, and I think that's something which every time I look for in a project, or see, it's mostly like that Kaun Banega Karodpati thing where Bachchan ji asks some questions and you reach a stage and then he will give you an option saying, you want to quit, you can take this much money, or you want to go for a higher thing, you may lose everything. So I think life also asks you those kind of questions every time. Okay, you've reached here, you want to be safe and you want to settle here and look for similar things and encash it, or risk it all and go for something else. I'm somebody who will probably every time given a choice, I will risk it all and try and do something which even I don't know, or probably I want to learn, I want to give something new to audience. I think it's that's the whole that's the fundamental belief system.
But that's so exciting.
Yeah, it has to be. No, otherwise it's boring. See, the cinema is not. Everybody starts cinema with high expectation, and it will be very. They will be happy on the first day. So for me, it is important for us to be happy on the release day, right? Where you feel that okay, you've given your best, and it's for audience, and I can proudly say that okay, I've done this in the right intention, in right frame of mind, right spirit, right expectations from what it has to deliver, and then just forget it. That's what I believe. The process is what I enjoy the most, and credibility. I really value my audience and their money and time, like I said in the beginning also. So it boils down to stick to basics. Why do you make films? Why do you come into this profession? I really want to enjoy that. Success is every Friday it changes, and I don't think it's a permanent thing. It's an illusion.
And you've already shot for what, about 30 days, right?
Yeah.
And again, I'm not asking you to reveal anything because I'm totally with you. We all want to come in and be surprised, right? But what are some of the conversations you and her had about finding this sweet spot between, the different worlds that you do come from?
I don't think she's very different in terms of her films might have been different, but I think she knows the mass pulse and she knows entertainment also. I think I always try to entertain audience, and sometimes it is because of our past work. People will think that it is. A lot of people ask me this question, but I think she's coming up with something really massy and really mega entertaining film. So both of us have been keeping the same agenda. It has to be an entertaining mass commercial film.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, and what does toxic, a fairy tale for adults mean?
You have fairy tale for kids. Nobody's making fairy tale for grown-ups. So we just thought we'll make a fairy tale for grown-ups.
Who came up with this tagline?
I think I came up with that.
Yeah.
Tagline, yeah. The title and tagline both, I felt it was a very relevant thing. Today, we go through a lot of confusions, or the word toxic is like, has got many layers, and it's used in so many contexts. And yes, all of us are living in a toxic situation in so many ways. So I think it was a very relevant title and apt for a film, is what we thought.
This film also has so many female characters, right? KGF was largely men. There was Rocky's mom, there was Rocky's partner, but this has, okay, Nayanthara, Kiara Advani, Tara Sutaria, Huma Qureshi, and
Is it? I don't know. I'm not.
really,
I'm
are
not,
we denying all of
no,
this?
I'm not talking about it. Let us officially confirm something. Yes, there are a lot of strong women characters. That I can say.
Okay, I love that. I love that. Was it? I don't know, any sort of a culture shock coming from KGF to a place where there's so many women?
No, I think even in KGF, when you were asking last time, I don't see. I only look at story. I don't bring in any of our personal politics into films. You can have a different belief system, you can have anything. But when I do KGF, that's the story we want to tell. And when we are telling that story, I only look at the best possible way to tell that story.
Yeah.
I don't care about whether there is a prominent role to a woman or there is any other thing. So there will be a certain parameters in which a story should be told. And we look at it like that. And when we are doing Toxic, it is not a conscious effort that we want to bring in a lot of female characters and I want to give importance to this. It's not that.
It's organic.
It's very organic, and the drama what we have in this film needs those kind of characters. So it's a fantastic combination of great actors and great characters. So I think it's just all about what kind of story you want to tell. And there, if few male characters have to be strong, yes, we will make a strong male character. If the character has to be very negative, antisocial, or devilish, we'll do it. But it's all for the story in film. I think by the end of the day, people are aware that it's a movie, and then you're trying to create some drama out of thin air. Like you bring in some characters, and then you make a story where people believe it and they go through those emotional turmoils. And I always believe, our emotional this thing is like a music instrument, right? So
What do you mean?
I mean, you have a music instrument, let's say piano, and you don't know how to play it, but you have it. But when somebody who can play it well comes and uses it, you really enjoy it. So when they come to cinema, I feel there are a lot of emotions not everybody can personally go through. So there will be a lot of elements which I hope people will not ever go through in life. But those emotions, those keys are there in them. So you need to play those keys and make them realize that all these emotions exist in you. So that's how I look at cinema, and that's how I look at stories. So when you come into a cinema, forget everything else, forget your politics, forget about the world. You just go through this world, what we have created, and see these kind of characters and see the drama, what it unfolds, and enjoy and forget it.
That's what Alfred Hitchcock used to say, that you play the audience like an organ.
Yeah, maybe. I think that's what even I feel.
Yeah. Well, listen, if these women are in the film, if, as you're saying.
No, I mean, it's when it's time, we have to present them in the right manner. It's
Absolutely.
Not, in my interview, if I just take their names casually, it's not right. That's why.
Yeah, no, but it's very exciting. What a cast.
It's going to be a great cast.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just excited. There's an American critic, Gene Siskel. He used to say, he had this Siskel test, and it was that, am I more interested in this film than in a documentary of the same actors eating lunch? Okay. And I feel like this film, I would watch a documentary of these actors eating lunch, all of you together. That would be entertaining enough. So anything above that is amazing.
I bet it's going to be the other way around. You're going to enjoy the movie more because I don't think everybody has got that time or
to get together and eat lunch.
Get together. It is a very demanding film.
Yes.
And they have got fantastic characters. A lot of actors in this film. They have come together for a purpose. Yeah. I don't think it would have happened if the script was not that good. Because
absolutely.
In our country, I feel we are not still ready for that kind of a setting where people feel comfortable and come in and play their role, because all of them are really doing well in their careers, and they have their importance in their profession, and all this publicity and positioning. There are a lot of things. In spite of that, if they have come together, it means it's for a purpose and it's for a cause. I think there's some fantastic actors. As time comes, I'll reveal, and I'm very happy that all of them have come with this mindset.
Yeah, yeah. You know, the interesting thing about Geetu is that she's also an accomplished actor herself, right? She started as a child actor, won a Kerala State Award, won a Kerala State Award as an adult actor, and the actors in her films tend to do very well. Gitanjali Thapa won a national award. There was a child actor, Hansa Aslam, in, I'm totally going to mangle this name, Kenu. She made a short film called Kenu Kudu or something like that.
Yeah.
And she won a national award. So how is she shaping you as an actor?
I think my process is entirely different. I always spend time with my director.
You're very
and writer.
hands-on.
Because I don't think of any line like how should I say it. It's always about why should you say it. It's because every time when a line is written or some scene is constructed, there'll be a purpose behind it. So it could be a writer's vision or a director's vision. When we think of it, it becomes very easy. So that will be the only process with my director. Till today, I've like be it Prashant or any of my directors, when you spend that much time with them and when you have absolute clarity, and then when you go on spot, I don't think it's anything more you will do. You'll always be in that zone where you know what is happening, what is the previous scene, what's going to happen in the next scene, and what is this character's significance in this particular scene. You just know it and you do it. So I don't take acting too seriously other than that, because if you understand the character and if you are prepared, I don't like to prepare much. So I don't know, that process is not...
So workshops and all,
no,
you don't do?
No, she is doing with many of them. But I'm not somebody who believes in that process, because I've come from theatre, I've done that. But it's about understanding the character. I feel acting is all about understanding that character and then behaving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then, Yash, would you, I don't know, improvise once the cameras are on?
Oh yeah, always.
Yeah?
Always, yeah. Because, you know, no matter what you do, how much you are prepared, how much you are thought of, once you go on location, when you sit, the ambience will give you some different feel, and then the co-actors, when they say their lines, you'll get some idea, and then it's in that moment you construct without deviating the whole purpose of the scene. And I always do it. Sometimes you come up with new lines. That's how I've always been doing.
And it is collaborative enough for everyone to kind of improvise in the moment.
Oh yeah, always. I think it's important for us to give that space to all the actors. Yeah. And when there are good actors and they've done their homework, I think it's like they'll always come with some preparation, most of them. So they would have prepared what to do, and sometimes it's just that they expect some clarity from the director, and then you just let them improvise, and that's also a nice process. I believe in it.
So do you just sort of learn your lines and show up?
I always know my lines. I mean, while writing, I'll be part of writing, right? So I know my lines. So I just don't learn it. I mean, you know what you want to tell.
It's in you.
It's in me. You just go there and you just then probably tweak something. If it is not working, just do 1 or 2 rehearsals and then you just go for it.
And can you repeat what you've done in takes, or is it sort of spontaneous in the sense that like the first 2 takes are the best and then it just kind of, then it's not so great?
No, but there will be different angles they'll be taking. So what you do in 1 take, you should maintain that.
Correct. So you're able to do that.
Yeah, you have to do that, because you can't just say, okay, in this take, my energy level will be so high, and next take, I'm feeling a little low now, and then I'll just change it. No, you can't do that. There is a graph in which you have to perform, and then that we will maintain. But if there is a scope for improvement, we will definitely do. And then you decide which one to keep. But mostly you should know the meter. Yeah. You know in what zone you are performing.
So the sur is this, and usme you play.
You can have variations, sometimes you can do.
Yeah. So the other person in this equation for Toxic is, of course, Rajiv Ravi, right? Geetu's partner, amazing DOP, who's shooting the film, but also a great director himself. Yeah. You know, Anayam Rasulam and Kamanthi Padam are just my favorite films. When you are such strong artists, three of you on the same, creating together for working towards this one vision. Eventually, Yash, who's the boss?
Script.
But what does that mean? If there's a disagreement, who says whose vision goes?
Whoever is right.
How do you decide that?
You'll know it. It's
In your
simple.
gut?
No, it's simple. When you always, like, let's say, you want to do something and you have discussed and you have absolute clarity about what you want to do, and you will be working towards one goal, and DOP can come and say, you know what, I think this is not working, let's do this. And if it is right, then we'll immediately say yes. And if we think it's probably not a great idea for the thing because we have some other vision, then we will say no, we'll go with this. And it's pretty simple. I think it's not that complicated when matured individuals are there and they know the craft. And I think Rajiv Ravi, he himself is a fantastic director, like you said, and he's a sweetheart. He's a gem of a person. He will never come and do anything, but we know that he's also always looking for the best, and he'll come and tell something. We say, oh yeah, great idea, we'll do. And sometimes if he says, no, sir, this is not going to work because this has that, oh, okay, he says. So Gitu will come and say something and say, okay, you know what, I think what Rajiv is telling is right. Oh, right, great. Or no, what Yash is telling is right, fine. Or if Gitu says something, me and Rajiv will say, fine, what she is telling is right. It's collaborative. It's not that complicated when your vision is set properly.
But Yash, it is also, you are now in such a position of power, right? So is it a conversation between equals? You're also the co-producer here.
In what sense you say power?
You're a superstar.
Yeah, which is there, but not in front of camera, right? When you're performing, you have to do your job. You have to perform and you have to deliver that day. Just because I'm a superstar, if I'm not delivering, or if I'm not... See, for me, a director and my cameraman will be my first audience. If I'm not able to bring that smile on their face, then I'm not doing my job right. So I'll be focusing on that. I really didn't understand the question.
Meaning, if there's a creative discussion and it's like, so Steven Spielberg had famously once said that his problem was that nobody said no to him. Because like, who will say no to Steven Spielberg? Right?
Okay.
You know? So in that sense, can you make it a conversation between equals?
Yeah, see, I think I give that space for even the last assistant director. He'll be coming and telling me the previous take was good, boss. Now I think...
Really?
Yeah, I always do that because see, when you give that kind of a space is when there are so many instances where people come and given us great ideas. Even in KGF scene, me and Prashant were sitting and we were watching the edit, we were working on it, and the mother scene, the bun scene, was not with the mother. It was with some old lady crossing the road, and I just take out my gun and it was supposed to be the gun scene, right? So then my EP, Mr. Ramra, was watching and he just came and said, the whole cinema is about mother. Why can't mother be there in that scene? He just said, and both of us looked at each other. It was a damn good idea.
Eureka moment, yeah.
Then I said, what to do? Prashant said, no, I think that block I'll cheat, don't worry boss, we'll reshoot, he said. I said, okay, good, great. Then I convinced my producer, we're going to change that, we're going to shoot that portion. Then we brought one lady with a small kid and he thinks of his mother, and then I go out and talk to her and tell her then, you know, while discussing, we had to come up with some line. Then that line came where "Maa se badi yodha koi nahi hoti." It became.
Yeah.
So it's like, you don't know, you never know. We have done that script work for 4 or 5 years. I don't know how many years. From 2014 we were working, but we didn't realize it. Some a person who is taking care of production came and told us something. You have to take it if it is good. I think that should be the mindset and atmosphere. Otherwise, nobody knows everything.
Yeah.
It's a collaborative thing. Cinema is absolutely collaborative thing. It's an actor, director, all of them should come together, and that's when the magic happens.
Also, of course, want to talk about Ramayana. Now you're going to say, I can't say this, but I have to say that casting you as Ravan, for me, is just a masterstroke. I think it's just brilliant casting. Whether it was Nitesh who thought of it, or I don't know how it happened. Can you tell us how it happened?
Oh yeah, I can. I was in LA. So, after this, I was just going and trying to understand how that part of the world is functioning. So I was spending time, and then for Toxic, we were working on VFX also. So the DNEG is owned by Namit Malhotra,
Of course.
he's our Indian and who owns Prime Focus. So we met and we jammed and we started spending time. I was figuring out the opportunities to what level we can take in this, and we were just going on discussing. And he spoke about Rama, and they've been working since many years. And he just told, I have this vision, but this is what is happening. I'm not able to, put it together for the cast and all of that. And then I liked the person, and I liked his vision, and we both had similar vision. The vision was to put it on the international platform, take our Indian films with the kind of support our audience have given us. So it aligned in the same vision, and then we were discussing, and he just asked me, so do you want to be part of this? Like, do you want to play? Like, hesitantly he was thinking. I said, yeah, I don't have such things. If the character is treated like a character, and if this doesn't happen today, that film won't happen. Like, to make a film with that kind of a budget, you need those kind of actors to come together and work for the project. It has to be beyond yourself and your stardom, and we have to place the project first and the vision first. So that's how it started. Then I said okay, and then we started jamming, and then he understood what I can bring onto table, and I understood how much value he will add to my vision. So it was a partnership, and then we are co-producing it together. And I came, we started working on things, and then they were already working from past few years. So they took me and showed me what all has been done, and then we jammed with the director also, Nitesh ji also, and then we just started. It was like this is what I was doing when I was not working. We were working on the things which needs to be done in the future. So this was a massive project.
So Ranbir and Sai Pallavi had already been cast?
No, Ranbir was there. Sai Pallavi and all, we took a collaborative decision, because I believe this film has to have everybody from South and North for it to be a... and Nitesh ji always wanted Sai Pallavi.
But she's fabulous.
She's a fabulous actor,
Yeah.
So I also said, I think it's great choice. And it's a collaborative thing, and they had some ideas, and then we go through every decision. And Namit is a great guy who's got huge potential. Not many people are aware about his achievements. He has won
remarkable
5,
success
6
story.
Oscars for that company. An Indian. He has taken over that company, and he's doing some wonderful job. And Ramayana is his passion project. See, I'm very happy and blessed to have great partners like Venkat sir for Toxic KVN production. He's also a very passionate person. They have their business, they have their other ways to earn money. So when they come into cinema, they want to just give the best, and they want to take our film industry to next level. So all these associations, all this production is just to put that, take that vision forward, and try and make something great from our place and showcase to the rest of the world.
But tell me a little about how you're approaching the character, if you can. Because, he's not your conventional, crude, bad guy. I mean, Ravan was very educated. He was really wise. He just ultimately made a very destructive choice. But he's a fascinating character.
It's a very fascinating character. See, I wouldn't have done it for any other reason. The character, given a choice in, like, let's say, in Ramayana, if you had asked me, would you play any other character? Probably not. For me, Ravana is the most exciting character to play as an actor. So I really like the shades and the nuances of that particular character, and there's vast scope to present it in a very different way. As an actor, I'm really excited, and I'm working towards it. So hopefully it's going to be a very unique approach to it.
Nice. But I love, Yash, also your kind of relentless ambition, right? With KGF, it was take a Kannada film pan-India. Now it is take an Indian film international. What is I think of you as a nation builder. It's not just about you and your Friday. It's about sort of moving the narrative ahead at large.
I think it's not just me. The people who have been blessed with audience support during this 3-4 years or 4-5 years, this whole pan-India phenomena. I think everybody is contributing towards it in a collective way. Maybe not coming together, but individually they are doing what they can do and they are trying in their own ways. I think that's the best part about it. So, all of us are really having one vision. I always had a problem when I was in working in only Kannada films, or even now I strongly believe that I belong to Kannada industry. The problem is, at that time we had limited budget and all of that, but everybody, every audience or every Kannadiga, when they were sitting and watching film, they had one problem when somebody compares our quality or our product to some other language and say that, okay, we are not able to release our film against some of the big films of the neighboring states or Hindi film. I had a problem because I belong to this industry, and I think if people are giving me success, it's my responsibility to do something about it. And it's otherwise, what are we here for? So like that, when it comes to our country, I have problems in so many places where why are we still thinking this kind of population and this kind of support? If our market supports us in a big way, we can go and take on the whole world easily, because this will take our risk away and they will keep us in a safe position. Outside, we'll go and risk our profits, no problem.
Yeah.
We'll go and risk and we'll do what we have to. And I'm very confident that world is waiting for a unique content and unique. I think it's ready. Yeah. World is ready to. I think they are also bored of the same old stories which have been told to them. So probably they want to listen to some other narratives, some other stories from this part of the world. I think there is a great opportunity which we all should try and do something about it, and we're doing it.
But your vision
including
is...
you.
Hopefully with the Hollywood Reporter India, yes.
You're doing your part.
Yes, yes. But tell me, Yash, your vision is that it has to be Indian film which you will take. You're not interested in perhaps, I don't know, doing an international movie? Or is that also an ambition?
See, now you have to see the whole world has changed.
Yeah.
It is no more about I have to go there and do something there. Like, I didn't have to settle in Bombay to make a KGF.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Let's say it's similar. So the internet era, the connection, the connectivity is on a different level. Our content will reach there. So I think we have to tell our stories, what we know the best, but also tell in a way where they are also little familiar with. It can't be completely strange where they don't connect to it at all. So I think we are trying to find that sweet spot, trying to bridge the worlds. When I went there and I spent time, even they are really very keen on our part of the world. They want to know, they want to understand, they see the numbers, what our films are doing. Their biggest films are not even doing, a fraction of what we are doing. So they're also trying to understand. They have just been casting few actors from here and from China or every part just to please. That's one surface level of work. But I think there has to be much more practical, or they need to do some research and understand how to crack this, how to bring the world together. It happens, right? So like telephone happened, world came together, internet happened, things are moving fast, and emotionally also, culturally also, they want to know other part of the world better. So I see a great opportunity. I'm optimistic.
Absolutely. No, so am I. Eternally optimistic. So Yash, when you're making these massive decisions, and when you're in your nation building mode, which you are always, right? What is it like for your partner? How much of a bouncing board is she? You've known each other for so many years. You started out as two actors together.
We've grown together. I think I'm very lucky in that zone. It's not easy to be my partner, when you go so wild with your decision, career choices, or it was crazy. Like last few years has been very crazy, and even for KGF, when I invested so much time, and I'm very lucky to have my partner. Radhika is my strength, and she has always supported me, and she knows me so well because literally we have grown together. That's an advantage. I see her as a friend. Wife is later, kids, wife, all that is there. But as a friend, as a life partner also, she knows what I really enjoy. And one thing is, she's the only person who has never asked me, what did we get from this film? Or how much money you made? Or is it
Really?
okay? Never. She's never asked me whether it is a good choice or a bad choice. All she asks me is, are you happy? And I know it may come across as too good to be true, but that's the truth. She's always been, the only thing she asks is attention and time, which is very difficult for me. But, it becomes my responsibility, and I try my best. I think that's the strength. Otherwise, it's very difficult for a crazy person like me to just go and do things in, wherever. As I told you, I'm ready to risk whatever I have for my goal or passion. I don't have pressure from my family. All of them, they kind of support me and say, okay, you have been doing it this way, and just go ahead and do it, and you just enjoy your life.
And there's no questioning ever in terms of, do you think this is the right decision, or, things like that?
No, our only question will be how long you'll be away with this decision of yours. Are you going to shoot outside? Are you going to be here? How long are you going to spend time with me? That's the only question she asks.
That's amazing. You're a lucky man.
I'm a lucky man, yes.
I think it's also lovely that you continue to have, of course, millions and millions. I think it's 13 million plus people on Instagram following you, but you follow only your wife. That was in place when we first met, and it's still the case that you are following one person, right? Yeah. And there's this, I saw this video on your Instagram, adorable video. Your son is feeling your muscles and saying that they're soft.
Yeah, he always says, yeah, it's soft.
It's soft, right? And he's feeling his own muscles.
Strong.
He's very strong.
Yeah.
And you said, I think your caption was something like, this is conviction, right? And I feel like if you had to sort of encapsulate your career in one word, it would be conviction.
Absolutely.
Hai
I think nobody believed in me other than me, because whenever I said something that, okay, we should do this, we should do that, everybody thought it was arrogance or thinking too much about himself. I don't think the only limitation you have is what you put on yourself, right? Just because it is not done before, it doesn't mean it can't be done. So, see, I think all of us are in illusion, and let me be in a bigger illusion. Like, okay, so we don't know what is this life, why we are here, why we are existing. Nobody has an answer, right? So in that, why do you find logic? So let's go wild and say, okay, I want to do this, I want to do that. One life, I really don't see any meaning to it. Like life is, opportunity is also like limitless. You just have to go for it and do it. And it's okay if it works or not works, but you should enjoy it. And I really don't listen to anybody. Even though I have social media, it's only because of the force. I do certain things with the friends or people. They say you need to have it and all of that. I'm not very active, and I don't really want to listen to everybody because again, it's not trying to say that I don't listen to anybody, because I just want to listen to my heart and intuition, and I will listen to them when I really understand that there's something wrong or that. But silly things that, okay, there will be social media.
There's noise.
Yeah, it's always there. Now there is social media, otherwise some other rumors, you will get it. People talk. So the more you listen, you get confused because they are talking from their point of view and their level of knowledge or belief system. So I can't blame anybody for that. I mean, I'm generalizing this whole thing for everybody who's watching. Whatever they feel, I think they should just go and do it. It's their life, and don't worry about anything else. It's as simple as that. Let them keep it simple.
But Yash, do you never have a day of confusion, or is your vision crystal clear every single day you wake up?
I will be lying if I say that. Every time you will have doubts, you will have confusions, you will think.
Do you feel fear?
Oh, absolutely. All this thing comes out of fear. Fear, not in terms of, I don't want to define fear like, oh, I'm scared that what. It's not that fear. The fear is on losing out on the opportunity or time, losing out on the possibility for silly things or silly reasons. Am I taking the right step? Am I really doing something which will take more time to do what I have to do or where I have to reach? Those are the fears. I really don't care about the result, right? So it's like in our Bhagavad Gita also, they say, you really, it's very simple. You don't understand it, but after a point, you'll start realizing, every result is not in your hand. It just happens. But you should not sit quiet saying, okay, whatever happens, let it happen. No, you try for it. You do your job. And that's all. You keep doing what you can do best and then wait for the result. It will unfold because it's not in your hand.
Yeah.
There's so many other factors. But you should go for it. That confusion, that fear, anxiety, depression, like any other human being, I'll also have it. But it's important for us to realize that it's very common. I really don't know. Sometimes I feel, why am I feeling like this? Why am I a little down or something? But eventually what I realized it's there in everybody. Yeah. So it's about how you can bounce back. So for some people it happens in a day, for days, or for some people it may happen for years. For people like me, it may happen for hours. And then you just bounce back and you say, no. You set a goal. Yeah. And I always believe I'm slave for my dreams. So you set a goal and then whatever happens, you have no choice. That's why I always try and set some big goal. Huh. So then you don't relax or don't get deviated.
So the big goal right now is international?
More people, more audience. Like when I said from Karnataka, when I came, it's not Bollywood or it's not Hindi industry which I wanted. I want more audience to reach more people. I don't differentiate. I don't have any, I'm not a racist. I want everybody, right? All people to watch all over the world. Possibly, if you call that as Indian industry will become as big as that in the process, fine. But I will not be the person who will be thinking like, oh, I want to do it for this. No, I want to bring in the change. No. What opportunity I have, what power people have given me, I think I should make use of it in a right manner. That's what I'm thinking.
And is Toxic going to make the April date?
No, I think we sent out a message because we had to start a little early. Then something went wrong. We had some dates issues, so it took a little more time than what we initially anticipated. So I won't be able to come in that date.
Any idea when?
After that, I really don't want to announce a date because for me, credibility is important. It has never happened that when we announce, we will come. This is the first time we didn't even start. So I realized that there are so many complications because actors from across many industries are coming. All of them are busy in some projects. So when you want to do something like this, you need to wait and get the right time. And because bringing them together is a little challenge in this film. We have a different challenges in this film.
And I have two very quick questions. These are not from me. Okay, this is from a great admirer of yours, Shubman Gill.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
So he wants me to ask you, when is KGF 3 going to happen?
KGF 3 will happen for sure, like promised. But I'm focusing on these two projects and we keep talking about it. We have an idea, but once it's right time, it's massive. So that is also something which really needs all our attention. And like I said, we really don't want to encash on anything because audience have given us enough. So we're going to do it in a way where they'll be proud of because that's a cult, and people celebrate. I see Shubman, such a great player, and a lot of cricketers, a lot of other actors ask me because they have accepted that character, that Rocky Bhai in such level.
Everybody wants Rocky Bhai back.
Yeah, so we are aware, and I think me and Prashant, we keep discussing. We'll come up with something when it's time, like something massive when it's time.
Okay, and here's one more question. Is there any connection between the world of Salar and the world of KGF? Will there ever be a crossover?
No. That was, I think, social media speculation. No, that is not there.
Okay, so we're going to just wait for Toxic, Ramayana, KGF 3. Yeah?
Right now, Toxic and Ramayana is what I'm working. KGF 3, when it happens, I will tell you.
Before 2 years, I hope. I hope you're not going to wait another 2 years.
See, I'm workaholic, so I can't sit at home. If I'm sitting, it means there is a major reason. Otherwise, I wouldn't sit at home. I want to work. I want to be on sets. I want to make movies. So if I'm sitting, it is just that it is taking so much time.
Right.
I'm not
Absolutely.
relaxed.
You're not chilling.
I know chilling and all doesn't exist in my life. Shooting is chilling for me.
Yash, thank you so much. And again, thank you for having us here. It's a great wall. And I hope we can get more information soon.
You can see, but you can't reveal. That's all.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, man. Hi, I'm Yash. You're watching me on Hollywood Reporter India. Please subscribe to Hollywood Reporter India.